When you awaken as a chosen undead in Dark Souls, you'll have a choice between 10 starting classes. The stat spread of these would-be heroes will help you get a head start if you want to excel in combat, pyromancy, and more. These are the best starting classes in Dark Souls, ranked. While no class is bad per se, there are some that will have players struggling more than others when the game kicks off. The Deprived class will face players with quite a challenge. Only equipped with an old club and wooden plank for a shield, hardcore fans love this class for the challenge it provides while leaving room for a lot of build customization late game. Thieves start with excellent dexterity but very weak vitality and strength, which for many is a death sentence in a world full of dragons and undead. If you're an experienced player with knowledge of how to take advantage of higher mobility and crits, you may enjoy this class, but for newcomers you're better off looking elsewhere. Despite what you may think, the Knight ranks pretty low amongst the best starting classes in Dark Souls thanks to its slow movement out the gate. The very good armor you start with will need to be ditched if you want good mobility, and at that point, there are better ways to optimize your starting path. A better version of the Thief class, the Hunter has a lower starting level, but has much better starting weapons and speed. Early game, this extra damage and speed can be the difference between success and death. A unique way to play Dark Souls is with a magic build, as it is quite powerful, and the Sorcerer class will put you on the path to achieving magical mastery. The starting catalyst for the Sorcerer's Catalyst, is one of the best casting tools in the game, and should be useful for most of your quests. Wanderers start with decent armor, a scimitar, and a leather shield with high dexterity, and can be morphed into really any build the player wants. Don't be confused by its nomenclature. The Bandit is a much better starting class than the Thief with high strength and endurance. Players wanting to focus on a dex or strength build will find great options here. Armed with a mace and a shield, the Cleric is the class for players who want a mix of faith and strength in their build so they can use healing spells. If you feel like you'll end up running your Estus flask dry fairly often, the Heal Miracle will help you out long term. When it comes to picking a starting class for a melee build, it doesn't get much better than the Warrior. What may be the most pick up and play class of the bunch, this high strength and dex starting class comes with good starting equipment across the board while maintaining relatively fast rolls and good mobility. If Dark Souls will be your first From Software game, or if you're playing it for the first time, the best choice is the Pyromancer. Armed with a hand axe, round shield, and pyromancy flame, even starting at level 1, this class outmatches every category when compared to the others. Pyromancy itself can melt most enemies in the game, and the starting fireball is one of the best you can find in the game. And those are the best classes to pick when you start up a playthrough of Dark Souls. Be sure to let us know what build you think is best for dealing with the enemies of Lordran, and as always, stay tuned to Game Rant for more.